everybody, this is Melody Fletcher with Deliberate Receiving, and this is another Law of Attraction Q&A video. I know, yay! Today's question comes to us from Victor, who had a personal question for me. My question's going to hit your privacy a bit, if you don't mind. Well, all right. Are you able to love unconditionally? Are we, as human beings, able to love unconditionally? Not in theory, but really, really unconditionally. Well, Victor, I love this question. Unconditionally. Are we as human beings able to love unconditionally? Yes. Unequivocally. Yes, absolutely. Am I personally able to love unconditionally? Yes. Also unequivocally, yes. What exactly is unconditional love? Unconditional love means I love you. And that feeling of love, the feeling I'm experiencing, is not dependent on anything that you do. I place no conditions upon you. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to be anything. You don't have to become anything in order for me to love you. So that means that I can say I love you to someone, and I don't need him to say it back, because my feeling of love is unconditional. That means that I don't need them to love me back. I don't even need him to be in a relationship with me. For example, let's say that I fall in love with a man who wants children and I don't. Well, then obviously we're not going to be compatible long term. We're not going to get married or anything like that. Well, that doesn't mean that I can't love him. I don't have to be in a place of pain wondering, oh, why can't I be with him? That I would so like to be in love with him. I can totally be in love with him. I can totally choose to experience that feeling even when a person isn't anywhere near me or isn't even in a relationship with me. I love people that have gravitated out of my life. We're no longer a vibrational match to each other, but I still experience deep and profound love for them. And when I think of them, there is no pain, there is no anger, there's no resentment, there's just love. That's unconditional love. Now, what does that really look like? Let's say, you're in a relationship and you love each other unconditionally. What does that look like? Well, I'll give you an example. Let's say I have an argument with my significant other. And that, unconditional love doesn't mean that you don't have arguments. It means that he said something that has triggered me. Now I have had negative emotion. Maybe I experienced some anger or some frustration. And generally, because it's a co-creation, I probably said something that triggered him at the same time. So now we're both triggered, we're both feeling negative emotion. And when I realize that I'm feeling negative emotion, generally what happens is I want to shift. But when I'm highly emotional, of course, just like everybody else, I can't shift. I can't shift in that moment, but I know that I want to. So at that point, I certainly don't add fuel to the fire because there's no need. I realize what's going on. I've been triggered. Hey, opportunity for me to do something here. And I want to get out of the situation that's triggering me so that I can release what's ever going on. So I extricate myself from the situation as quickly as I can. Then I go and I get myself into a better feeling place. So maybe I sleep on it for a night, or I go do something and distract myself until I'm in a better place vibrationally. And then from that higher vibration, I go take a look at what happened. So what was it that he said that triggered me? What was the emotion that I experienced? What was the underlying thought or belief that caused that emotion? And once I dig up that belief, I release it, and then I feel better. Now notice, I don't feel better because he came and apologized, or because he brought me flowers or jewelry, or promised to never, ever, ever do it again, baby, or anything like that. I simply feel better because I choose to feel better. How you feel can be a choice. And unconditional love can be a choice. Most people go through their life and they sort of wait until somebody stumbles in, to their life, and then that causes them to feel love. And they think, oh, I'm so lucky. Now I experience love. I get to feel what it feels like to love because this person, lucky me, came into my life. Not realizing that just like joy, just like happiness, just like frustration, anger, anything, you can choose to feel certain emotions. These are just vibrational plateaus that you can hit. You can choose to go there. You can choose to work yourself into that vibration. So you can choose to feel love, and you can choose to love unconditionally. Unconditional love simply means that the way I feel is not dependent on anyone doing anything. Now, obviously, this isn't just love between romantic partners. This is love between friends. You can love a puppy unconditionally. You can love, and often we generally do experience unconditional love when it comes to things like puppies or babies, but we don't generally experience it when it comes to other adults because we place conditions on them. We have expectations of them. Now, does that mean that I love 100% unconditionally all the time, 100% of the time? No. Just like with any vibration, no matter how high the vibration or where it is at, you're not going to spend 100% of your time there. You're not going to spend 100% of your time in perfection or nirvana or absolute delirious joy. And you don't even really need to or want to. Just like when you go to a buffet, you don't say, let me eat the one dish that I know that I already really, really like, and I don't even want to try anything else because I don't want to take the risk of eating anything that I don't like. You don't do that at a buffet. You try all the different dishes, and every once in a while you try one and you go, ooh, this is nasty, and then you just don't eat that one again. Well, most people actually do keep eating it and talking about how gross it is and wanting all their friends to try it so that they can commiserate with them about how gross it is, but we don't do that, do we? So basically, you want to try different dishes, you want to try different life experiences, you know, so that you can experience different things and find other things that you like, find other dishes on the buffet that you like. So you're not just going to go with one thing. So is it possible for me through my life experience to be with somebody, love them unconditionally, and then have a negative thought about them? Absolutely. I'm going to dip down, I'm going to have a negative thought about them, I'm going to figure out where that negative thought came from because it's about me, not him. Yeah? Then I'm going to clear that negative thought and boop, I go right back up to unconditional love. That is my definition of unconditional love. I have experienced it. I do experience it on an ongoing basis, and I really hope that you can too. Victor, thank you so much for this amazing question, and for everybody else, huge happy shiny puppy hugs. If you have a question for me, just contact me through my site. The link is in the description if you're watching this on YouTube. It's deliberatereceiving.com. If you'd like to download a free ebook that fully explains the law of attraction, you can do that there as well. And if you'd like some personal one-on-one coaching with me, I am happy to oblige. Just check it out on the site. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching.